Good evening. So, the book, As Watchable as Possible, but step up your live video and online meeting game, is out of print. So, we're going to read it together. Me, you, and I, and all the other imaginary people. So, this is the preface. I'll hold it here so you can see my eyes. Boy, howdy, girl, has the world changed. In public, I wrote this in 2020. In public, we are required to be 6 feet apart from other humans. And because we're encouraged to stay at and work from home as much as possible, many of us are congregating in cloud-based internet realms. How do we navigate these new social situations? During a 10-day challenge for aspiring entrepreneurs inside a leading social media platform, just take a walk in. Participants were encouraged to make a live video every day about our why, our struggles, etc. Most of the people who made the recordings and attended the meetings had never, ever been on camera. I viewed dozens of live and recorded live clips, sat in for assemblies in other online arenas, and made notes. I wrote this book for the brand spanking newbies and not so newbies in both types of virtual get-togethers. Perhaps you will find them useful as well. And what I didn't write in the book is that I wanted to be able to watch the videos without cringing, like I used to do with my early videos, and I sometimes still cringe. And I just wanted them to be as watchable as possible so that they could get their messages out to the world. Live videos and online meetings, which we still have very important differences from the usual YouTube and web videos that we know and love. The following are things to do, things not to do, things to improve to help step up your live video and online meeting game to increase your watchability and thus your success. Who the heck am I to be telling you this? Professional videographer since 2007. So, I was barely 5 years old, huh? Short film, documentary, training videos, sketches, seminars, instructional, testimonials, interviews, music, storyline videos, and music performances, dance competitions, international nonprofit food raiser and fundraiser, national youth group fundraiser, regional driving safety campaigns, promotional product and weddings and vlogs. Producer, director, lenser, editor of over 300, well, it's probably 500 by now, online videos, dozens of which are interviews of others, and hundreds of me as a life coach. I don't know why okay. Aspiring Hollywood actress and crew member for 9 years. Creator, curator of 30 YouTube channels. Producer, director, lenser, editor of 36 episodes of public access. And finally, film and video studies graduate of accredited university and maker of every on-camera mistake there is. August 2020, Dallas, Texas. Okay, introduction. Great job to all of you who appeared on camera for the first time in this challenge. It took courage and guts to put yourself out there. Imperfect action is 1,000 times better than no action. As you go along and become more comfortable speaking on camera, I'm going to switch for a minute. Keep these in mind and work on the must-haves immediately, the priority ASAPs as soon as you can, and the highly recommended optionals a little later on. Oh, whoops. The current state of affairs holds an important advantage, meaning what we were all going through in 2020. At this point, mid-July 2020, we are accustomed to seeing celebrities and other well-known people in computer or phone-made videos. Jimmy Fallon did the whole Tonight Show from home. After always seeing them in well-lit, perfect focus with every hair in place, they made their recordings with the built-in lenses in their devices. Because of this new world and new way we are doing things, the do-it-yourself look is acceptable, and it still is. I mean, yes, we all enjoy the full crew deal, but still. However, there are things that celebs, newscasters, et al. Know and do in all circumstances. This knowledge, head carriage, mouth movement, etc., is learned in media training. And who do you know to go to if you want some? Okay. They do these things every time they're on camera, including online meetings, social media live videos, which is why they come across differently than you. Asterisk, 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 but not for long if you implement the steps here, meaning in this book. Next time you see a professional actor, politician, news anchor, keep an eye out for the following and think to yourself, oh yeah, because you've seen most of these in action for years. You knew them, but you didn't know you knew them. All right, now we're ready for the first chapter. All right. Chapter 1, must-haves. Good, clear sound. If viewers can understand what you're saying, they'll keep watching. The likelihood of them absorbing your message goes way up. Some device microphones are so small that they're hard to find. Google the model number of your device to find the location of your microphone. I just discovered that the mic on my Chromebook is right next to the lens. Why? But this is not this one, but another one. I thought it was down by the trackpad. Ay. Record a 10-second test video to make sure your audio is clear and loud enough, with the device and your head exactly where you think they'll be when you record. Keep trying different configurations until the sound is decent. This might take a few times, but it's worth it to have good sound. If the sound is loud enough but fuzzy, try holding. Okay, let me shoot my phone somewhere else. Okay, we're going to pretend this is my phone. Okay. Try holding, like sometimes when people hold their phone right here, it's very fuzzy. So I say, would you please move your phone back a little from your mouth? And then when they move it to here, it's so much clearer. It's not like, So try different places for your thing. Sometimes when I hold my phone right here, it's way too loud. So I move it a little bit back because I don't want I want you to be able to listen comfortably. Okay. So a little farther, a little higher, a little lower. If the sound is not loud enough, like if you're holding your phone way out here, why won't this? Okay, way out here, bring it closer to your mouth. Sorry about the janky paintbrush. Closer. If the sound is too loud, pull the device a couple inches farther away from your mouth. Okay? Okay. Sound check example video, and there's a link to it that you can go watch, and I'll even put it down below when I upload this. Right after you do your sound test, record something, anything to get rolling. Do not less than perfect or not quite ready element stop your train. As our challenged guest speaker, you know his name if you heard it, but I said you have to be in the game to get better. So here's an example. My hair is not brushed. These two things don't match. This is not attractive, but I don't care. I just want to get the message out about this book because it is out of print. So why not? Okay. You have to be in the game to get better. If you think the first attempt stinks, you don't have to watch it right now, but please keep it for keys 14 and 15, which we might cover in a future night. Hidden benefit of good sound. Better video footage can be added to it later. Let's say you have a really bad video. I mean, it's really, really bad. You can put something over that great audio later. So that's why sound is really crucial, and that's why it's first. I do not recommend the iPhone headset microphone. I see other people use it, and it sounds great, but when I use it, and that's just not what I want. And here's the picture of it. So you just need to do your own test and figure out what's best for you. Okay. The sound in many videos, including mine, for which someone used that little microphone, was fuzzy and often unclear, especially when it was held right next to the mouth. Also, these mics catch the wind very effectively. Better, clearer sound, meaning the mic at the bottom, front, or the very bottom edge of a smartphone. Oh, better, clearer sound. The mic at the bottom front or very bottom edge of a smartphone or at the top center on a laptop. Recording outside. Take extra care when it's windy or breezy. Even slight gusts can ruin the audio if your microphone is sensitive, and mine is very sensitive. Most smartphones are sensitive. Subtitled words can be added later, but it takes time, money, and software, and it's, why. So do a sound test. Do a couple sound tests, 3 seconds. Sometimes, okay, if you hear static type sound, find a wind block, a wall maybe, or go shoot inside. And then I have a link to a breeze check example video, which I will put down below. Okay, number 2. This is their second most important, passion and heart. Today, for example, I'm hoping that this all doesn't matter because I am speaking from my heart and from my passion, which is for mostly women over 50, but anyone's invited to do their best video making so that their message gets out to the world more effectively and farther. Okay. Speak and tell stories from your heart, from your why. From the what you really wish people knew place inside you. Here's my why. I really want people to know these keys and be their best in online meetings and live videos. All of my Lady Boss Life Coach recordings were inspired by my desire to tell my ladies about better, easier ways they can live their lives to support and while supporting their businesses. Watch a couple minutes of footage recorded by people you like or to whom you can relate. Notice the things they do that draw you in. Some of the people that the world doesn't consider attractive are my favorite people. I don't care what they look like, and the word attractive is not my word, it's other people's. It's set society's like ideal, face or whatever. I just love their personality or their passion. Anyway, okay. Notice the things they do that draw you in. Oh, my friend taught me that it's because they have simpatico. There's something about them you just like. Okay, notice the things they do that draw you in and incorporate those things authentically into your style. Some people have a casual way about them. Some are more formal. Either way, it's always a good idea to look nice. Oh well, have decent lighting, framing, etc. Here's another way to cut nerves and be more effective. This is from Barbara DeAngelis, who is gorgeous. She said, paraphrasing, focus on your message, not on the messenger. And that's obviously what I'm doing tonight, right? Okay. Number 3, content. Content is what you talk about or show in your videos, blogs, ebooks, or other communications on or offline. What do you wish people knew that would help them? Well, you know what I wish you knew, and hopefully you're knowing it. What do you wish people knew that would help them be more successful, have an easier life, get things done more quickly? Here's an example. Besides, I want you to do your best video so that more people, you find your tribe. Da, da, da. I wish more people knew about all these things that I figured out as a single mom, and I'm getting there. But anyway, okay, if you have knowledge that will help people, you have content. You don't have to you don't have to talk to ChatGPT unless you want to say, hey, help me write this more effectively or whatever. You already have content. Note, whatever it is, stick to the subject and say things as simply as possible. There have been videos in which I didn't have a clear plan. I didn't have my book in front of me, blah, blah, blah. And I went to the left and the right. And I had a really good friend who said, it's kind of hard to follow you. God bless her for having the courage to say that to me. But she was right. She was right. Okay. And this is the last one from chapter 1. 4, authenticity. And yeah, if this isn't authentic, honey, I don't know what it is. Be the best, most real version of you in capitals from the very beginning. It's a lot easier. And also you don't have to remember to be your persona every time. In fact, when I was in Hollywood in 1983, I acted like I thought I was supposed to act. And finally, another friend, God bless her, said, take the mask off. She wasn't very gentle about it, but as time went by, I really saw the wisdom. Take the mask off. I didn't know how. I was so numb, I know, side note, that I didn't even realize I had a mask on. Okay. So be you, be the real you. I know it's scary and hard and weird. And my number one tip for this is just practice, pretend with it before you record. Just pretend hey, Betty, your best friend. You're so comfortable and you're the number one friend that you're super, super comfortable with. Oh, you're not going to believe what movie I just saw. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, we just, and we don't think about, is she judging me? Is she going to we don't do that. So I want you to get that feeling, and I'll probably talk about this later in the book. It's been a minute. Get that feeling of just talking to your best friend, and that's your most authentic self. And I promise, unless you're trying to be a gazillion dollar high level influencer, and you may well be polished and perfect, you will find your people. Your people aren't coming for polished and perfect. They're coming for connection. They're coming for something that will make their lives a little better and a little easier. So let me finish. Right. Okay. Be the real version of you from the beginning. Get that feeling of just talking to your best friend. Just chill. You don't have to talk real slow because you do want to bump up your real energy a little bit because we're in 2 dimensions and we can't feel each other's energy. It's a lot easier just to be yourself from the very beginning. It increases your know, like, and trust factor. You being your real self is what will attract the people you're meant to serve. You may think that the real you is boring because you're always with yourself, but I promise it's not. And here's the last part. You being someone you're not will mean you have to keep up a facade. I already touched on this, which, gosh, gets so tiring. And it was. Okay. I acted like the person I thought I was supposed to be for the first several months that I lived in Los Angeles. And it was no fun. So if you're watching this in the future, because no one's watching it now, that's totally cool. I love you, and just practice. And I have a place called school that I'm teaching this all for scot-free. And I would love to help you get where you're needing to go. All right, babies. Bye.